Well, Brian Christopher was out here a few minutes ago talking about the unified world title match that he has coming up against the champion. Announcement we made earlier, of course, that Jerry Lawler had regained that unified title. He had won it back from Sid Vicious and is now the champion. I think we have Jerry on the phone. Jerry Lawler, are you on the phone? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I don't know if you know what went on. Brian Christopher, in an interview earlier, just to sort of catch you up, says
well, let me just tell you, Dave, I've already talked to somebody that has heard his entire interview,
okay,
and they've already called me here at my hotel. I've been on the road here with the WWF for a few days, been wrestling in Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma City, last night in Miami. And as a matter of fact, I'm kind of surprised you got me. I'm at such a nice hotel, Dave, that this room has an unlisted number. The towels in this hotel are so big and fluffy, I can hardly close my suitcase.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
Oh, boy, what a towel in the suitcase.
What? No, don't do that. Leave the towels there, please. Well, I am glad we got to get in touch with you. It's obviously a very important match coming up here this Thursday night with the world title at stake, and going against Brian Christopher, who I am reminded defeated you for the USWA title right here.
Well, that's true. He's had some success, and I'm glad for him when he does that. In fact, I'm delighted with his success, provided that doesn't exceed my own. You understand? Now, when it comes to the unified world title, we all know that that's the ultimate prize, and I know that everybody wants that just as badly as I do. And of course, I got to be careful about what I say about Brian Christopher now, because I'm talking about the man he loves. And they told me about all of the things he said about how confident he is and how great he is. And I'm just wondering if his arm ever gets tired from patting himself on the back. As a matter of fact, Dave, what I'd like you to do is I'd like for you to again, can you invite Brian Christopher back out there right now?
Sure, we'll do that.
So to make sure that he can hear what I got to say.
All right. I must say he also had some very respectful things to say about you. I don't know. I guess you were briefed pretty well on the interview.
Well,
but,
he certainly should have.
He did. And where is Brian around? Brian, we've got. I don't know what you've been able to hear in the dressing area, but we do have Jerry Lawler on the phone right here discussing the match which is coming up this week. He's here right now, Jerry.
He is there?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Brian Christopher, I just wanted to ask you out there to make sure you could hear exactly what I say. Unlike you're doing your interview when I have I'm 1,000 miles away from Memphis, and I can't hear exactly what you're saying, but I have friends that call me and clue me in and keep me abreast of what you are talking about there. And I understand, I realize this is a big match for you coming up Thursday night. And I know that, I really know a little bit more about you than you think I do. I know that you try to pal around me, Brian, and you try to learn everything you can from me, and you think that you're going to be able to use all of that knowledge Thursday night to try to overcome the fact that I'm a better wrestler than you. You talked about the past history of me and Jackie Fargo. Well, see, that's not what happened with me and Jackie Fargo. I didn't pal around with Jackie Fargo to try to learn all of his secrets and learn all of his wrestling moves and learn all of his strategies and his tactics. The reason I beat Jackie Fargo was simply because I was a better wrestler than Jackie Fargo was. But that's not the case with you. The case with you, Brian Christopher, is you know you're not as good a wrestler as I am, and you know that you got to try to be around me and find out what makes me tick. That's why you call me up. You want to go play golf, and you want to be on my softball team, and it's not because you're any good at it, because as a matter of fact, and all the times that we've ever played golf, I've only ever seen you hit two good balls in your life, and that was when you stepped on a rake. And as far as, let me tell you something, Dave, he is the only guy I know that yells 4 when he's putting. Now that tells you the kind of golfer he is. And as far as softball, being on my softball team, Brian Christopher's had so few hits that when he finally did get to first base, he had to stop and ask the way. So you see, I don't need you on my teams. I don't need you trying to pal around with me. As a matter of fact, I need you around me about like Frank Morrell needs Head and Shoulders. So what I'm going to do Thursday night is I'm going to show you the difference between me and you. I'm going to show you the fact that you can talk about, oh, it's a new day and it's a new time and it's 1996. Big deal. It's Thursday night in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's all you're going to need to know, Brian Christopher, because I'm going to give you the wrestling lesson of your life. I'm going to show you why you're not in the category with the king. Now, have you heard all I've had to say?
I've heard what you've had to say. And you know what? You know what, Jerry Lawler?
What?
You can just shut your mouth. because I've listened to you. I was wondering, Dave, when he was going to start talking like the king we've seen around here the past couple of weeks, because at the beginning there, when he's talking about his nice fluffy towels and everything, I heard a little crackling in your voice, Jerry Lawler. I didn't hear a lot of confidence in your voice, Jerry Lawler, but you know what you're listening to right now? This is confidence, Jerry Lawler. This is the man that knows Thursday night that he's going to beat you, Jerry Lawler. You can wear that crown down there. You can take one of them white fluffy towels and wipe all the sweat that's pouring out of your forehead right now because you know you're going down.
No. Let me tell you, you sound real confident, all right? You're so confident, you got to have 10 people out of the audience to help you beat up Scott Bowden. That's real confidence, isn't it? What about that?
That was the match, Jerry Lawler. You know it, and I know it. This match right here, Thursday night, is for that title you got around your waist right now. And that's a title that I want really, really bad. That's a title that I've dreamed about having for a long time, Jerry Lawler. And you are not going to stop me from fulfilling my dream. I will beat you. You can bank on that. I swear to you, Lawler, I will beat you.
Well,
and you know what?
After
you know what?
Night.
I've had enough of it. You can sit back in that hotel, wherever you're at, and you can think about it, Lawler. You can think about Thursday night, because I'm going to be in the gym training. I'm going to be thinking, sleeping, drinking about you. You're all I'm going to have on my mind until Thursday night. And then I'm going to take all my frustrations out on you, and then I'm going to take your belt with me when I leave.
Well, Brian Christopher is now leaving, Jerry. He's walking out of here.
Well, that's the first good thing he's done today. All I got to say is this. He can shoot his mouth off all he wants to, but after Thursday night, I'll beat him. I'll still be the champion. And you know what? I'll even still let him be on my softball team. I'll let him play golf. I'll still try to give him the knowledge of my expertise that I've gained through the years. You know, I won't deny him that. But I will beat him Thursday night, and I will still be the unified world champion.
Well, we'll find out. It's coming up this week, this Thursday night, and we'll find out the results of the unified world title match. The champion, Jerry the King Lawler, the challenger, Brian Christopher.
Hey, Dave.
What happens this week? Yes?
I tell you what I'm going to do right now. I think I'm going to go get in the bathtub and just lie there for a few hours and think about Brian Christopher. I may even put some water in it.
Okay, Jerry. Thanks very much. We appreciate you letting us catch up with you on the road and talk about this very important match.